My dear fellow survivor. I'm so happy you're here with me today because today I answer a question that I had myself for years, and so many survivors have that question before joining our Music Can Heal Me coaching journey. And this question is, if I don't feel close to my soul angel or angels, then how am I supposed to heal? Right? Because I want to feel close to them. I need to feel close to them. Rightfully so. Rightfully so. And I felt like I was not close to my soul angels for a very long time. Right? Because physical connection is gone. That doesn't mean the spiritual, energetic connection is not there. So the answer lies in creating tiny rituals, tiny daily rituals that bring us closer to them. For example, every morning when I practice my healing habits, I imagine myself with my eyes closed because the brain doesn't make the difference between what's real and what's imagined. So I use that scientific fact to my advantage. With my eyes closed, I imagine myself hugging my soul angels and thanking them for being with me on my journey. Right? I do this every morning during my healing practice. I also do the same thing right before I go to sleep at night, right? Day in, day out, for all these years. But before I started doing this, I didn't have the same feeling of connection, right? There was a disconnect between me and them. And a lot of that has to do with, of course, their physical presence not being around us, not being detectable, right, with our eyes. But that does not mean that their presence is not detectable through our other senses, right? So whenever we create those tiny rituals that we repeat every day, not only do we start to feel their presence more, but we also get their insights, right? We get to actually feel what they're feeling and what they want to let us know, right? But if we're not devoting ourselves to creating these rituals and building them and making them even more powerful, then it's easy to feel this disconnect that I was feeling between me and them for so long. And most of the time, survivors go wrong when they don't create rituals, when they just live on autopilot and they don't have a go-to ritual, right? It doesn't have to be the same as me imagining hugging them and thanking them, and it can be anything that you feel makes you feel closer to them, right? And if you do this with your eyes closed and you imagine and you actually feel the emotions, right? That emotion of love that is just bringing you closer to them every single day, right? And even for me personally, even involving doing the actual motion, right, of hugging. And I hug myself, but it feels like I'm hugging them. And doing that every single day makes me feel so close to them, makes me feel like they are available to me all the time, whenever I need them. And it also helps me see even more synchronicities around me because they are more present, right? I can detect them that much better through my senses, right? Obviously I'm not seeing them, but I'm feeling them, right? So, my dear fellow survivor, if you feel like you are not close to your soul angel or angels, start with a small, tiny ritual. It can be anything that makes you feel closer to them, right? It could be just cheersing them, right, when you have your morning coffee. I do this every morning. Been doing this for years. It makes me feel close to them, right? I used to cheers them before. Why can't I cheers them now? I used to hug them before. Why can't I hug them now, right? I used to thank them before. Why can't I thank them now? So I say this from the bottom of my heart. Please take good care of yourself. Create that ritual with your soul angel or angels. and feel closer than you've ever felt. My dear fellow survivor, please take good care of yourself, and may you be filled with music and heal.